Is a shoe with a big hole like this worth fixing? Whether it is or not, I'll show you how to fix it. We'll need a big strong needle and some nylon thread. Thread the needle, and I'll show you how to knot it up. This thread's really tough, so you need scissors to cut it. Here's a technique for knotting thread that works really good. Just wrap it around your finger a couple times, roll it like this, and pull. There you go, a nice knot, really fast and easy. We'll start from this end of the shoe and start stitching it all the way up to the toe. You gotta find the fabric. It's deep within the rubber. Now we'll take the needle, go to the inside of the shoe and stick it out about in through here. And we'll continue this process. Sometimes you can catch both pieces of fabric from the same side. Once we have the fabric all sewn together, we may use some glue to put everything back together. Sometimes it's hard to find that other side of the cloth. We just kind of keep digging in there, keep stitching it together. Nice, tight, small stitches. The more, the merrier. Keep working yourself all the way to the front of the shoe. Sometimes you can't go round and round. You have to go back and forth through the shoe. Stay as close to the rubber sole as you can. To get through some of that tougher leather, you may have to use a thimble. Sometimes I'll use like a bottle or a cork to get it through. It can definitely be a challenge getting through some of these tougher materials. Now that the inside of the fabric is all stitched together, we'll start working on this leather piece right here. Line up all the pieces just like it would have when it was a new shoe. Getting through the leather, you're going to have to kind of rock the needle back and forth because it's a lot stiffer. Lots of small stitches. These are really comfortable shoes, and with the supply chain getting so tight, might as well just sew them back together. You'll never be disappointed if you have too many stitches in here. We're running out of thread here, so we're going to have to just knot it up and put a new piece of thread into the needle. So just take it, go through the thread, and just keep knotting it up, just like that. Multiple times, maybe 3 or 4 times like this. Just get it through there and knot it up. Small stitches. So bring the needle through, find the thread, bring it through, and tighten up the knot. Now you can cut your thread, start over with some more thread. Now we'll start stitching this leather to the cloth behind it. Put the needle right at the bottom of the cloth, attach onto the leather, and then push that needle through. Just make sure you don't bend the needle or stick yourself with the needle. Pull and shake that through. Keeping this leather pulled down is pretty tough. Sometimes you could take the needle and kind of go in there sideways, pull it through like this, and then you can go ahead and catch the upper portion of the leather, like right here. Since the thread is low, you want to catch into that leather nice and high so it doesn't rip through the leather, and you can pull it down like this. When you can start from inside the shoe and then push the needle to the outside. You'll see the needle come out here. And this will keep everything nice and tight. Once you have the needle on this side of the shoe, you can take it and work it very tightly to the bottom of the shoe, like that. Put it into the shoe, then reach in carefully and pull the needle through from the inside. The thread is getting pretty short, so we're just going to need to knot this just like we did last time. Keep pulling that leather to the seam, and you can see this is starting to look like a shoe that you're going to be able to wear again. With everything stitched up, you can see this is really strong, and we could take some glue and put it in here, but this is so strong, I'm just going to leave it just like this. The second shoe has a small hole, and as you can imagine, this one's going to be a lot easier to fix. We'll use the exact same technique. So instead of throwing away those favorite shoes you've got, sew them back together. With black thread, you can barely tell where that hole was. Well, it's nice to have my shoes back. I'm glad I didn't have to throw them away.